Welcome to Divine Downloads. Do you want to connect with your intuition more? Create more abundance in your life? Make difficult decisions effortlessly? You're in the right place. The universe is in constant communication with you. Let's quiet the mind, connect with the divine, and allow the wisdom to load. I'm your host, Doris, abundance coach, intuitive channel, and financial consultant. Let's take a deep breath together and dive into the world of the divine. Hi, guys. Welcome back to Divine Downloads, the podcast. I'm so excited to be back for a second episode. Today, we're going to be talking about the currency of experiences. And I'm going to share a little bit about my signature path to abundance. If you didn't already know and you didn't listen to the intro, I'm Doris. I'm a yoga teacher. This I didn't say in the intro, so this will have some more details in it, but it all started with yoga. I'll tell you guys the story later. I'm a abundance coach. I'm an intuitive channel, tarot reader, financial consultant. I love cats. I love the moon. I do new moon and full moon events. I teach financial literacy. You name it. I do it. And I'm so excited to be back for a second episode. I have a little bit more of a format today, and I'm going to start, obviously, with some housekeeping items. And I want to tell you a little bit about what I do, my offerings, and where you can find me. If you don't want to listen to this part, you can skip. But I'm an abundance coach, an intuitive channel, and financial consultant, as I said, and I offer financial literacy training to women, creatives, artists, spiritualists, and entrepreneurs. And I also have, drumroll please, a special 5-week intensive coming out in the end of May. Mark your calendars, May 26th. It's a new moon in Gemini. And this will be a 5-week challenge to develop your intuition, tap into your soul's highest calling, release all the bullshit that's holding you back, and propel yourself forward towards a purposeful and abundant life. There will be masterclasses on intuition and abundance, video recordings of different teachings, breath work, yoga, nervous system regulation, worksheets, notebooks, journal prompts, community, collective connection and manifestation, and we will have a beautiful full-day retreat by the end of this 5 weeks, which will be somewhere beautiful. And I'm sure I'll find the most gorgeous Airbnb for all of us to gather and kind of have a beautiful conclusion to the 5 weeks. So this is one of my first times doing something like this, and you might be wondering, why should I do this with you, and why should I invest in myself first and foremost? I believe everyone should be investing in themselves. If it's something that sounds like you would want to do it, I think you should say yes to it, because we all have desires for a reason. I truly believe the things that we want, those things want us back. So it's really, we owe it to take that step forward towards the thing that we want and explore that. And also, your intuition is constantly speaking with you. The universe is constantly speaking with you. And when we're so distracted and we're so noisy and we're so not tuned in, tapped in, turned on, we lose all of this knowledge and this information and this wisdom that is coming through for you to make the right decision, to move in a way that you're meant to move forward, living in your highest timeline type of vibe. So why would you not want to improve that connection with the inner self? And also, the abundance portion is very, 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 very important, because too many of these babies that I interact with, they have accepted that they will never be rich and they will never be able to do what they want to do and whatever, etc., etc. And I just want you guys to stop, pause, switch that vision. Let's stretch that vision. Because if you have a desire, obviously, if you don't have any desire for anything outside of just living your day-to-day life and exploring things as they come, which is also completely valid. But if you do have the desire to follow your passion, make money from what you do, and make good money, enough money that you can leave your shitty other jobs and fully put your attention and time into this craft. If you have a craft that you want to offer to the world and you want to just exist from producing and sharing that gift with the world, then this is for you. This 5-week challenge is for you. It's called Abundance Academy Intuitive Abundance, starting May 26th. So I want to see so many of you guys opt in, join, invest in yourself, and let's have a really transformative 5 weeks together. We're going to start with a new moon, we're going to peak with the full moon, and we're going to conclude and wrap up and have our little moment, our event by the end of the cycle. So the lunar cycle is going to be fully transformative for us. And also one more thing I want to add is end of May, beginning of June is the perfect time to have a mid-year reset. So you've had 6 months of challenges, of successes, of maybe some failures, and it's the perfect time to sit down, reflect, and move forward in a refreshed tone for the rest of the 12 months. The 6 months, obviously. So, yeah, if that's something you want to know more about, follow Door to Unity on Instagram and just stay tuned on all the announcements and join my mailing list. Also, I'll be sending out an email all about that. Okay, so we're done with the housekeeping items. I want to invite you to take a deep inhale through the nose. Exhale, side out. One more time, let's take an inhale. Let's take a 2-part inhale. First, expanding the belly, and the second part, pushing the air up to your heart. Side out. Check in with your seat. Maybe bring your eyes to a close. Find the root of your center. If you're walking, bring your attention to your soles of the feet. If you're sitting, pay attention to your sit bones, how they're touching the earth. And wherever your root is, imagine it growing roots towards the earth that it's contacting with. And from the bottom, it's sending up a white light through the spine, elongating your spine, aligning you in one straight line. Head stacked on top of the heart, heart stacked on top of the belly, belly stacked on top of the pelvic floor. Take a second to roll your shoulders back and shine your chest proud. And stay here for a bit. And let's move through the rest of this episode grounded and receptive to any divine downloads that the universe has to communicate. I'm going to pull a few cards from the tarot because I believe there is a collective message that needs to be heard, and I want to be the one to deliver it to you. Oh wow, the Hierophant just popped out. Okay, I love how we always get major arcanas here, last week and this week. Okay guys, Hierophant and the Chariot. Major arcana cards, one right after the other. The Hierophant and the number of the Hierophant is a card number 5. 5 is the number of change. And the Hierophant is about surrendering things to a higher power, it can be interpreted in so many different ways. But the way that it's coming forward for me today is surrender to a higher power. If you're in my WhatsApp group where I share energy updates and intuitive insights, I said that there's a lot of angelic, supportive guidance coming through in this next chapter. And in the ethereal spiritual realm, there are entities that are here to support. And this support feels very real right now. And they're always here to support, but as of right now, they feel extra here. There seems to be an extra calling, an extra attention. And these entities, the more we pay attention to them, the more we connect with them, the more we form and build and nurture this relationship, the more they will support us and nurture us. It's a two-way relationship. So really, this is saying surrender to the universe, allow things to be taken care of, push the responsibility, not in a way of, I'm just going to sit down and be in my misery and not take any action to change my life, but if you've already put the work in, there's no need for you to continuously push and push and push and manifest and mood board and vision board and this and that and affirmation. It gets too much. So reel it back. If you've had a manifestation, if there's a goal, if there is something you want to achieve and you put it out into the universe so many different times, time to release it, time to let it go, surrender to a higher power, and just allow yourself to receive. And the Chariot is about moving forward. So allow and move. Let things come as they do, but take that step forward. There's something that we're moving towards, something that feels transformative, feels like we were in a different place. We're moving towards something also very different. And it's here to say, continue with that forward moving motion or expect more forward moving motion. So collective energy reading for today. Surrender to the divine, but take your steps as they come. Continue to propel yourself forward. Don't stop. And know that you are supported beyond what you can imagine. So yeah, that's the reading I have prepared. I didn't prepare, they fell out themselves. But that's the reading today. Thank you, Tarot. Actually, it does kind of tie into the story also, because the story that I'm going to tell today is the story of my business, where it all started, where it's all going, and why experience is the new currency. I started my business. It's called Door to Unity. That's my Instagram handle. That's my YouTube. That's my everything. This channel is called Door to Unity if you're watching it on YouTube. I started everything in 2021. But before I started, there was so much desire to start something and not enough either time, energy, support, resources to do it. I didn't even want to go to university. I wanted to just work on my business. I knew that I wanted to be a business girl. I knew that I had something to offer to the world. And I didn't really see a point in going to university. Now that I think back, I'm happy that I did go to university, because that allowed me to gain so many experiences on its own, and experience is always a good thing. But that was not something that I wanted. I just said yes because of my parents, because of, I'm sure this story is relevant to so many people. They didn't want to do something, but they did it because of family, because of society, because of friends. Outside influences do make influence on your moves. That's just a fact, and we can't deny it. And yeah, that was something that I didn't really want to do. Like, if I were to fully listen to my heart from the beginning, I would not have gone to university. I would have fully started my business fully gone forth in it, put all of my time, energy, effort, resources into it, and who knows where we would have been now. But it doesn't even matter. What matters is I always knew I wanted to do my business. I knew it deep down, and no matter how many obstacles came in the way, distractions came in the way, I did something else, work, school, whatever, I always knew that I would come back home. And home is where your true desire lives. And my true desire was always in pursuing this business. And it started in 2021, even though I wanted it to start in 2019, because 2018, that's when I graduated from high school. But it started in 2021. I was a yoga teacher. I got my yoga teacher training in my gap year in Rishikesh, India in 2019. And I was also an adamant tarot reader, and I loved the stars and the astrology. And people always came to me for readings about their birth chart or about tarot or all this stuff. And I was thinking, I'm already being asked to do this. I think yoga, tarot, and astrology go together so well. They're all part of the divine. They're all part of the spiritual world. Let me make this my business. So I started Opportunity 2021, yoga, tarot, astrology. If you look at my OG logo, you will see it's yoga, tarot, astrology, which I love and I adore. But because I didn't have the time, the effort, the resources to really grow that, it ended up not working out for me. I had like a really interesting launch. I was doing Zoom yoga classes. It was during COVID, so that was more popular. I had one sign up, maybe 2 or 3 of my friends showed up, but only one stranger, which was actually in retrospect kind of a good turn up for a first launch ever. But that kind of disappointed me because I expected things to be so huge right away. 10 signups, right away. Sold out classes, right away. No, that's not how it happens. It never happens like that. I mean, sometimes you can get an overnight success, and good for the people who have overnight successes, but that's not everyone's story. Most people's story, they have to start shitty. They have to start without anyone. They have to start talking to themselves, serving something to a public that doesn't necessarily want to accept what they're receiving. But I continued. I did some yoga and tarot circles during new and full moons. I love the moon. I love you, Miss Mother Moon. And those were okay. I had some turn-ups. I didn't have some other ones. But this whole time I was distracted. I was in school. I was working. I was traveling. I was on exchange, drama, friends, you name it. I was distracted. I was not focused. And that's okay. That's okay. You don't need to be focused. But it turned out that I graduated from university, this thing that I wanted to work on this whole time. Finally, I have the time for it, but I had to work, obviously, so I got a job. And I think if you listen to the last episode, you know the rest of the story. And it was, I quit my job because I still wanted to do this business. This was my home. This was my calling since the very beginning, since before I even started as an adult. I wanted to do something that serves the world. I wanted to do something that's my purpose. And I'm finally doing it, and it feels so amazing. Even though you can ask me what is it that you're doing? I don't know. I don't know yet. Okay, things are falling into place. I have my event happening May 26th. If you heard the beginning of this video, I'm having Dream Life Academy for spiritualists, entrepreneurs, artists, creatives who want to make a living out of their passions but are scared and they don't have the tools and they don't have the strategy or the advice that they need in order to just take their first steps. Or if they've already involved themselves in the first few steps, take it a step further. And it's for people like me who want to take their passions and offer to the world in a way that feels so real, in a way that feels so true to them, in a way that feels not draining, not exhausting, in a way that brings in abundance, and a way that serves their purpose and serves the world. So I'm excited for that. That's going to be the first of hopefully many. We'll see. There's definitely challenges in every single experience. But all of that story is to say, I'm so happy about all the experiences that I've gained, because if you don't allow yourself to experience things, if you get so stuck in the zoom in of what your life should look like according to somebody else, according to your mom, your dad, your parents, your sister, your brother, society, the government, your favorite influencer, regardless of what you think life should look like through their eyes, if you tap in and tune into your vision and your true desire, you're going to get a different answer. And that's how it happened for me. I was being distracted and being pulled from all different directions, and it never allowed me to fully commit myself to this. But here I am now, and I'm so grateful for all of those experiences. Not just the ones that, never mind that thought. And yeah, so if there's something that you want to do, if there's a business that you want to start, if there's something calling you, like traveling, like starting, I don't know, a once a week podcast, or starting like an event on Eventbrite, or doing a networking event, or anything like that, if there's any certain desire that you have towards doing something, anything at all, that's not, go to work, go to school, come back home, go to the gym, like the things that you should be doing, do it. Because you expand through experiences, and experiences are the new currency. Every single thing that you experience feeds into what you have to offer to the world. And I think at the end of the day, we're all a concoction of our offerings. Everyone's energy contributes to the collective energy. So if everyone's offering something cool to the collective, imagine how freaking incredible our community, our society, the entire world would be. And I guess, people are doing that right now to an extent, but not the way that I'm thinking of necessarily. I'm thinking like tribal living, like everyone comes together, we all offer our gifts, we sit in circles, we share what we love about each other and life, and we teach each other the skills that we feel experienced in, gifted in, and natural in, practiced in, all of the above. And I think that's a life, that's a world that I want to cultivate, and that's a world that I want to live in. Okay, now on to the next part, my signature path to abundance. I'm really excited to talk about this because I just kind of intuitively came up with this abundance framework that will be very present in my Dream Life Academy, Intuitive Abundance 5-week intensive. And I'm excited to bring these different elements to life. There is four elements in this framework. The framework is EAPT, or you can also tape, but I don't like tape. I like EAPT more, or whatever we can call it. We can name it something else later, but it starts with E for experience. Like I said in my story, experience over everything. It doesn't matter that I started my business with not a lot of focus, not a lot of results. I gained a little bit of experience, and it pushed me one step farther the next time I picked up my craft. So experience everything that you have a desire to experience. It doesn't matter what it is, whether it's a business, it's a skill, or traveling, or experience it. We are here as humans to experience everything. Do that. A for abundance. Abundance because we all have access to everything the world has. The lack or the thought that we don't have access to all of world's resources is an illusion of lack. It's not reality. If you look outside of you, you see the plentiful resources of air, of trees, of water. I have a beautiful view of the ocean and the trees and the forest and everything. So I can see the abundance that life has to offer. And I know that abundance exists naturally. What prevents us from accessing abundance is the illusion of lack. And it's what, all the systems in place, capitalism, the government, all the things. They want us to, patriarchy, they want us to not feel abundant, obviously. And that abundance, it's always present and it's always here for your access. And we just need to shift our focus to see it. Shift your focus to abundance by practicing gratitude. That's one of the biggest things that I stand for. Practice gratitude on the daily. I promise you, not only will you increase your abundance, not only will you increase your income, but you will be happier. You will be more fulfilled in life in general. Why wouldn't you want that? Do you want to live? First of all, we're not living a long life, right? Life is short. But do you want to live, if you think the life is long, if you were immortal, would you want to live this whole life miserable, or would you want to enjoy it and take the most out of it and make the most out of it? I think we all want to live a good life. So practice gratitude. It's not that hard. 3 things you're grateful for every single morning before you do anything else. Just write it down, think it in your head, feel it in your heart, hold the vibration of gratitude, and your life will change incredibly, immensely. Even if you're going through hard situations, there are things to be grateful for. Your health, you can breathe air, you're not living in a war zone, you can drink water, you can eat, you can listen to this podcast. The access, so many things to be grateful for at all times. So try to find something new every day also. Third thing is purpose. I'm a big purpose girl because I think if we are all living our purpose, which first and foremost, I think human purpose is experience. And I'm not encouraging you to go out and chase a purpose, because I don't think that's a journey that will ever fulfill you. Chasing purpose is like chasing nothing. Like you're chasing the thing that you're living. Your purpose is experience. But when it comes to creating something, when it comes to offering something, we all have that one pull towards that one thing that makes us crazy, makes us happy, makes us excited. Even when you think about it, you get chills, or you get like your heart starts pumping. There's something in everyone. Maybe not everyone. There are some people who are like very neutral, but I think they're just not tapped into that childlike state of exploration and want and play. So yeah, that's another thing to check into. Tap into your child self. What did your child self, who still lives within you actually, like as a child? What did they like to do? What did they like to do for fun, for play? How did they enjoy their free time? And bring that back into life. How can you love your life? How can you enjoy your life? And how can that be your purpose? And I feel when you are offering something to the world in your business or in your art or in your creativity, you have an offering that serves your community, that serves the nation and the world on a grander scale. And when you have the power to serve with your offering and uplift the world, that becomes a purposeful life in itself. And that, again, is not to push forward the idea that you need to chase a purpose, that you need to chase something that is your calling, because your calling is to just be here and experience humanity through all its beautiful and maybe unpleasant things. Just be here, be now, experience it. And you owe it to yourself to say yes to the things that you want to do. So that's purpose. And then fourth framework is T for trust. EAPT. T for trust. Trust your intuition, trust yourself, trust the universe, and trust the support that your guides, angels, higher powers have for you in this realm. And it ties in so perfectly with the Hierophant. It's really about releasing and surrendering. The trust element comes in more when things are not really in your control. Trust is a very important element to constantly build a relationship with. Some organizations call it building the trust muscle. And it really is a muscle because you have to continuously show up every day and practice trust. Trust in your intuition first and foremost. We all are always receiving divinations, messages, communication from the universe. You see it through signs and synchronicities. You see it in your gut feelings. You see it in insights or deja vus or things that just happen that are weird. And you're like, wait, what? Like, that's a message that's being communicated to me. The more you tune into the messages that come and take them as it is, not to, make them a drama. It's not about drama. It's about perceiving the little things of communication from the universe and knowing that, yes, that is a message for me. And yes, I'm going to claim that. And secondly, trust the universe and trust the divine and allowing things to play out the way they're meant to. This mostly comes in on rainy days, right? Because when you're happy and sunny, everything is going well. Why do you need to work hard to trust everything is going well? And when you're happy, you think you will always be happy. So this is about those rainy days, those times where you feel so down in the dumps. Bring back that trust element. Continue to build that trust muscle, because at the end of the day, everything is working out for you. Everything is happening for you, and everything will pan out the best case scenario for you. If you have that belief, then you trust the universe. And I'm not gonna lie, if you don't have that belief, life is gonna be a lot harder for you. If you think that, I can do something and it's gonna end up badly for me, or I'm gonna do that and it's gonna end up badly for me, that might as well happen, because we live in an echo chamber of our own thoughts. Our reality is what we continuously think and give attention to. So if you're giving attention to things that are going to go bad for me, might as well. If you want things to go well for you, you need to shift your attention so that things always work out for me. And trust, release and trust. Trust the universe, trust your intuition, trust life. Life has you. So that was my signature abundance path framework. It's called EAPT: experience, abundance, purpose, and trust. Let me know which one of those you think you need the most work on, or you feel like you feel the least mastered at, because we need to get to a level of mastery at any craft that we do. And experience, abundance, purpose, and trust, they are all crafts that we need to continuously work on and build the muscle in order to reach the natural state of abundance that life and the world is constantly at. It's a little bit harder for us to be at that natural state because we are constantly noise, all these systems in place, all this news, all this social media. Especially in this age of social media, intuition is becoming so important. So yeah, let me know if you like that framework, if you like the necessary ingredients in my signature abundance framework. And yeah, so that's basically all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you tuned in, you made it all the way to the end. I have a final message. I always do for those who make it to the very end. And this is, accept what's being given to you. Accept and receive without fighting the receiving. If there's something that's being offered to you that you like and you want to accept, just accept it. Why are you saying no? Why are you fighting it? I know it's a cultural thing many times, but it's not a good practice, because the universe will see that and take note and be like, oh, you're not receiving something, so I'm not going to give you what you want because you're not in the receiving mode. Tap in to the receiving mode and life will be easy breezy beautiful. And that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much. Mwah. Have an amazing life and see you next week.